So Pokemon Sword is a 4-year-old game, but it was special for me because it got me reinvested in the Pokemon series after over 10 years. I fell off this franchise very hard after playing Pokemon Moon. I never finished that game, and before that I played Pokemon Black, didn't finish that either. So coming back to the series with Pokemon Sword was a pretty awesome way to get reacquainted with the series. But before we get into that, hey, how's it going? I'm Sal, your pal. Have you ever watched any of my videos and enjoyed the music in the background and wondered, I wonder if there's a way I can listen to this music without hearing this guy talking? If you ever felt that way, then okay, that's a real mean thing to think about. Well, me and my boy GXR just released the first volume of the Sal Your Pal Games OST over on SoundCloud. The link's down in the description. They're vocal free. You can play them while you're studying or working on something or editing or gaming. Whatever you want to do, go check it out. Because I really like the music that he makes for my channel. Hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I stopped playing Pokemon. I always felt like it was a series that had its roots in my childhood. I had all the toys, all the games. I watched all the movies in the theaters when they first came out. I collected the cards. But after the second and third generation, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, a lot of the games were very similar after a while, so I just fell off. I've tried to come back to the series over the years. I played Diamond, I played Black and Moon, I played a bunch of them. Nothing was really fun for me. I would always end up selling the games or getting bored of them. So I was very happy to finally play a Pokemon game. And I completed the entire game. I collected all the Pokemon in the base Pokedex. I never got any of the DLC, so I won't be talking about it in this video, but I've heard nothing but great things about them. The game's original reception wasn't the best. People were big mad. There were things like Dexit, which was the biggest gripe from what I remember. For me, I prefer that every Pokemon game going forward doesn't include all 1,000 Pokemon. It's also a lot for the developers to integrate every single Pokemon that's ever existed into a game and balance it properly with the competitive scene and everything. If you were invested in the series since the beginning, I can see how that can be an issue. Also, if you play really hardcore competitive, I'm more of a casual player. So I like the idea of every Pokemon game going forward having its own self-contained ecosystem of Pokemon species and types. It also makes it so I don't have to catch 1,000 Pokemon because I've probably only caught 300 in my life, so that'd be nice. I really like the graphics of this game. They were never really an issue. I thought the game looked great at some points. I haven't played Scarlet or Violet, but I feel like from what I've seen of the game, this game looks better graphically. Some of the towns had a great art style. There were moments when the frame rate would dip, but it would be rare, and it didn't really affect the gameplay. The inclusion of the wild areas were very fun. I spent most of my time running around these open areas, collecting things, battling Pokemon. I felt like all the items in the game had some sort of purpose, and I always found ways to make money, whether it be selling nuggets or whatever treasures I would find while riding my bike around the wild areas. The towns were great too. I know a lot of the Pokemon community wants the series to go into a more open world style, but I didn't mind having a sense of direction in this game. So I played this game throughout 2022. I remember playing it every day, and I really enjoyed it. I've been meaning to do a review for this channel, but I kept putting it off because I always felt like this game was too old to talk about. But after doing some research on the game before making this video, I found out that actually a lot of people prefer this game over Scarlet and Violet, and a lot of people are still playing this game. The series introduced Dynamax battles, which at the time seemed like a ripoff of Attack on Titan, which is my favorite anime. I like the mechanic. I like that you can only Dynamax at certain points, and then when you do, you have a boost to attack and everything, and it was a really cool innovation to Pokemon. They also added small little missions that you'd have to play through in order to get to the gym leader. It made the game feel more of a 3D adventure type of almost like a Zelda game to a certain extent, even though they were all pretty much easy. Speaking of the game being easy, it really was. I don't know if this counts as cheating, but when I play games like this, I always try to level up my party so that they're always a higher level than the oncoming challenge. Because of that, I never felt like any of the game's battles were a problem. And plus, I would always collect a lot of items from the wild areas. I think it would be really interesting if they released a Pokemon game with a very difficult single player campaign. Also, if they started the game with like a fairy, dark, and psychic type instead of grass, fire, and water. I always felt like that would be a cool idea, like a Dark Souls Pokemon, you know? Team Yell was the dumbest rival game that's ever been in a Pokemon game. They're just so weird. It was like a weird cult of people that are just like into like noise, and they just look stupid. Why they have to look so stupid? They were big dumb. Anyway, moving on. I like the Pokemon you can find in this game. My favorite Pokemon to use in my party was Shedinja. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a bug ghost Pokemon. It only has 1 HP and 0 defense of any kind, but its special ability is Wonder Guard. What it does is it makes it immune to any attack that isn't super effective. So I've been in situations with this guy where the opposing Pokemon couldn't even touch me. It was a hilarious Pokemon to have on my team. I played online with him with a couple of people, and it was just hilarious to like see him just dummy another Pokemon. It's just like this tiny little floating bug just destroying like a legendary Pokemon. It's hilarious. Another Pokemon I had on my team was Vanillux. Did you know that this was the very first Pokemon designed by a Canadian? That's right. It's funny that it's an ice cream cone. Did you know that in Italy, ice cream from Canada is called Canadian ice cream? If you don't know, then now you know. Also, Hawlucha was a pretty fun Pokemon to have on my party because it was a fighting flying type. He also looks ridiculous. So it was like, what is this design? Overall, I would recommend playing this game in 2023. I enjoyed completing everything in the base game, and it was a great addition to the Pokemon series, and it's brought me back to playing Pokemon. I am looking forward to playing the future games and the past games. I recently just got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire from someone, and I'm hoping to get Pokemon Scarlet or Violet soon from someone. I'm just buying these games from people. I bought this game off a coworker for like 40 bucks. It was great. I also got Pokemon Legends Arceus I'm playing through. Anyway, I'm excited to be back into the series, and thanks for watching my video. I'm going to leave you now with a photo of a beautiful tree. Ooh, look at that tree. Ooh, such a nice tree. Wow, look at that tree. Ooh, such a pretty tree. Oh, look at that tree. Oh, look at all the trees.